Today, I wanted to explore, dissect, diffuse the word trauma. I wanted to touch and breathe into this subject. It appears to be that for many of us, a major ingredient of being human involves processing through some kind of trauma. And it's the healing process of going through these incidences, events, this build up within our nervous system. And it's the journey of healing that we come into restore, recover, and heal all of that impact, that debris that we gather along the way in this beautiful fabric of being human. It feels sometimes that it comes with so much, and it can feel like, why are we going through it? What is the point of this? What is the purpose of that? Is there a purpose to it? And one thing I've gathered along the way from my own observations of myself, people that I coach, the clients that I experience and guide through, there always appears to be, there is this deeper purpose to the traumas that we gather through our lives. There is an alchemy and transformational process that appears to be the purpose of trauma. When we hit that rock bottom and we can go through these really poignant crossroad moments at many different stages. If I reflect on my own life, there's been, I'd say, 2 or 3 major moments where I've hit that rock bottom moment. I've experienced a nervous breakdown. I'm coming out the end of really intense drug, alcohol abuse. Even pornography was a really big deal for me in my earlier years, going through that. And it all gathered within my nervous system, to the point where we push ourselves unconsciously so much that we move ourselves and navigate ourselves into this rock bottom moment, to the point where we feel so much emotional, spiritual, physical pain that we have no other option other than to start feeling, thinking, and being totally different. So much so that our lives can completely flip upside down. The trauma comes in, we experience it, we don't know why, then we come out, we start to catch our breath of air, we start to observe what we've been through, we start to feel into what we want in life. Sometimes we need that real jolt to break the circuit of how we think and feel. And I'm not saying this flippantly, I'm saying this with a heart full of love for anyone that's going through this, because it can feel clouded, it can feel lonely, it can feel extremely disconnected when we're processing through it. But sometimes it comes with that our specific tailor-made journey that's so unique and special to us. As individuals, we need that jolt. We need to process through this pain that's been gathered, and we can talk about, well, what we've experienced in this life, but the debris that we've gathered energetically through many lives meets us here right now. And on the surface and the appearance of life, it can be all these little fundamentals and these bits of the ingredients that have added to this trauma. Then it comes out and we can figure out what it's all about. But there's always this debris gathering from previous lives that also meets us here. And that's very much beyond our conscious recall. But just to acknowledge that and realize that and acknowledge it in its most fullest is already beautiful and perfect in itself. And that can be a really powerful stance and position to go from, just to respect that unseen nature of consciousness and that unseen nature of the many lives that we've gathered up to this point. Your trauma comes with an alchemy potential. It comes with a deep degree of learning. It comes with a deep degree of resolution and restoration. To upgrade our frequency, our energy, and our nervous system, we go through those moments of intense discord. And I've heard about this speak about when a collective goes through an evolutionary stage of consciousness, it's not going to be harmonious. It's going to be things falling apart. It's going to be things like going wrong. There's going to be copious amounts of discord happening. I even remember seeing Terence McKenna talk about this evolutionary progression that we're going through now, when you can see it within the collective, everything that's going on the planet. But the backbone of that is we're actually going through a massive upgrade moment. We're upgrading our energy, we're upgrading our DNA, we're upgrading our consciousness. The Earth, the planetary Earth, is going through an evolutionary shift. So that means we are. Everything's connected as one. So we're going through this turbulence and discord, which we can see in the external world, but oh damn, can we feel it within our life and experience and our journey right now. And there's always this deeper layer and texture of perfection that's happening right now. If it wasn't meant to be happening, it wouldn't be happening. We are moving forward, my friends. We are drastically taking quantum leaps in our process, in our journey, in our evolution. And a big ingredient of that is us experiencing trauma. And that can be really triggering. If I've heard that in the past, I'm going through something, it can really bring something out of me. But even that's been beneficial. And the more continuous, the more consistent we are with reframing our trauma as like, wow, I've come in, there's been an agreement with this beyond my recall before I came embodied into this life. There's been some form of agreement for me to process through this for my individual learning. My learning and growth depends on this. And when we feel victim, we can be very much, we'll blame ourselves, we'll blame the world, we'll blame the people that's involved in it, all the characters, all the ingredients that are involved with my trauma, they'll all get the blame. But then the big part of the shift in the healing journey when it comes to our trauma is to take responsibility for the co-creation that happened for the incidences that have been unfolding in our lives. But with that deeper purpose, that deeper meaning, there is the deeper purpose of it, and the deeper meaning is there is an alchemy to it. There's an alchemy, there's a transformational process that is there to be discovered. And what we'll find is when we go to work and we start to understand that, we will be magnified, illuminated to, can't even put a number on it. We will have energetically upgraded massively once we start to process through this and we start to appreciate that there is this alchemical process and there's things to learn and grow through when it comes to our trauma. We will be stepping into a completely different dimension when we start to alchemize our trauma. Through our nervous system, through our physical, mental, emotional experience, this human experience that we'll be going through right now will be upgraded in a way that we can't even put into words. But this is the chance that we've been given now. The pain is here for a reason. The pain has a purpose. And it appears to be a big part of this ingredient of being in the human experience is suffering is the gateway to a higher meaning, a higher purpose, a higher dimension with what we're experiencing right now. And for us to keep coming back to that, there is this richness here. There's this something greater going on here for me to observe, for me to feel right now. And I want to end this video by saying I'm so proud of you for with what you've been through, what you're going through, and what you're stepping into as a human. in this experience. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. I love you so, so much. Feeling into this moment right now. Super proud, super proud. All right, here we are, getting the gifts we've been delivered, getting everything that we've been delivered in this life, coming into this sense of gratitude. Wow, I'm here right now, I'm going through it. For some of us, those traumas are really intense, and damn, you are the strong guys. You are the ones that have chosen that you are strong enough to go through that. There's a deep part of your soul, your spirit, that's selected to go through that because it knows you are able and capable to go through that. You have the power and the strength at a deep spiritual level to go through that right now. So for that, I salute you, I praise you, and I'm so proud of you. And my friends, my loves, I cannot wait to see you in the next video.